Hello everybody! In this video we will look at the moon and the houses of the horoscope. But first of all, I would like to start with what the moon symbolizes in astrology. The moon symbolizes the feminine principle, tenderness, care, and also subconscious desires and our intuitive urges. Also, the moon is the fastest astronomical body. It passes through all the signs of the zodiac in only 28 days. Now let's start with the position of the moon in the first house of the birth chart. A person with the moon in the first house can be overly emotional. The world is perceived through intuition. If a person has not slept enough or is hungry, then their health may worsen. Mother plays a very important role in the person's life. By the way, I want to note that the moon being situated in any house is associated with the mother, and therefore if a person has a bad relationship with their mother, then this directly affects the development of the house in which the moon is located. The second house of the horoscope, the comfort is associated with financial stability. When a person begins to work with his second house, then he begins to relax. The position is one of the indicators of prosperity. Parents can provide a material base. A person can have a flare of money and a strong need for it. House speaks about how a person communicates. The delivery of information can be emotional. During a conversation, person's thoughts can lose logic. There can be a very strong emotional connection with brothers and sisters, both positive and negative. A person can live in two cities because they are always on the road, or they always change their place of residence. If the moon is strong, then this is a sign that you have a very good communication with your mother. And if the moon is weak, then there is a barrier between you and your mother. Now we move on to the third house, and here the moon feels very comfortable. Such a person needs and cares about family. They may not leave their parents' house for a long time because this may be their comfort zone. These people can be unhappy if they don't have a family. It is recommended to build your own family and have your own home. Also, these people can be patriots of their country. The fifth house is the house of the sun, that is the masculine principle, and the moon falling into this house can indicate fertility. These people can be very soft, sensual, and romantic in love. They love children very much. They can love cooking or are good actors, or they have a very creative mind and they have a very good sense of humor. People with the moon in the sixth house love to work and they need a schedule. If they don't like to work or plan their day, this can affect their health. People with this position of the moon are calm when everything is organized. They really appreciate order everywhere. And the sixth house is also about animals, and perhaps these people love animals very much. The seventh house is about partnership, and if the moon falls in this house, it is important for a person to have a stable relationship. People like more traditional relationships and they can have an emotional attachment to the partner. They can also understand and feel other people very well. People with the moon in the eighth house may be interested in mysticism, psychology, and may have many secrets. They may have a family business or they can make successful financial transactions. They can be anxious and afraid of poverty, and they have an incredibly complex inner world. The moon in the ninth house is one of the indicators for immigration, and also the moon in the ninth house is an indicator that the mother is either a foreigner or a guru or a mentor. Even if the moon has many tense aspects, the child still sees the mother as a very powerful person. The 10th house is the house of exile for the moon, because it is the house of Capricorn, and therefore excessive emotions can bring instability in family life. For those who have the moon in the 10th house, any disappointment at work can also create health problems. If your moon is in this house, you do not need to torment yourself to achieve heights in your career. You need to find a balance because the moon is about tenderness, and the 10th house is the house of Saturn. If the moon is in the 11th house, then the person relaxes and finds joy through friendships, astrology, computer games, or this person is able to carry out a technological revolution. However, you cannot embrace them all, and therefore you have to be careful which of those areas will attract you the most. If the moon is in the 12th house, it means that the person may be attracted to psychology and can learn it easily, but only if the moon has good aspects with other planets. Also, the person may feel emotionally lost throughout life. It is important to do yoga, to work with your own subconscious to improve your condition. Also, the moon in the 12th house can be an indicator that you do not know your mother well enough because she may be a mysterious person or may not be open throughout her life. That's about it for today's video. Thank you for being with me, and please let me know what you think about this information in the comment section. Until next time, bye.